Yo!
Hey!
Once again, we meet.
Meeting.
I lost count already, so I'm not going to say what number we're on.
No one knows.
But that doesn't matter. The only thing that does matter is this is Michael.
And you know what else matters? This man right here, JP.
Yep. And together we are.
Michael and JP, or JP and Michael, however we usually call it JP and Michael, but backwards works too.
Yes, it does, Michael. And speaking of backwards, would you tell us what we're talking about again today?
We are speaking of backwards, JP, because we are discussing a topic not explored by many, the dreaded triple dip.
Now, people have talked a lot about double dipping. Whether or not it's okay, whether or not you actually get germs. They tested it on Mythbusters. I gotta enunciate there, because you may not have known what I was actually trying to say.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah. But where we're trying to go is triple dipping, is it worse if you've already double dipped? Does it really matter? I mean, your saliva has already entered the dip via chip or spoon, whatever you're using to dip with. But once you've done it a third time, does it make a difference? Or is it just another level of wrong?
There are two basic sides to this argument. I'll lay them out and then we can kind of banter back and forth as we like to do here.
Always banter.
There's the one which you kind of brought up. Your saliva's in there after the double dip, so triple dipping, does it really make it that much worse? That's kind of the two wrongs make a right phenomenon.
Yeah.
It's arguably better to triple dip than
Four is too far. Don't go there. Don't go there. That's just, we already know that's bad.
I'm kind of angry that JP even brought that up. Don't think about it.
Okay. Rewind. Okay. Triple dipping. That's what we're talking about.
Then there's the other side of the argument. You put your saliva in there once with the double dip, and then you're just kind of complicating the problems with your second of the triple of the dip.
And if multiple people have already double dipped, that's like 6 people's saliva that you're putting in again.
It's like an exponential function of saliva growth within the solution that you're drinking from.
I mean, think about all the different, mucus and stuff that's going into that. That's really disgusting to think about because there's a lot of bacteria and plaque in your mouth.
And on top of that, let's be honest, we aren't all that concerned about health until we get really sick.
Yeah.
So you're good until you get sick the first time. But I mean, can you consciously eat something that you know that people have just dropped loads and loads of spit into? Like, it's that thing where you start like thinking about it and then it tastes bad.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't taste bad, it tastes bad.
But remember, they tested it on Mythbusters and it doesn't actually change like that much on the double dip. But maybe once you go to 3, maybe that is what tips the scales, and that's where it becomes just a load of saliva. Like you just drooled straight into whatever you're dipping into.
I have it on very good authority that 2.6 dips is the maximum that any solution, it can be kind of soluble to that level. Yeah. You get kind of a level of spit that just floats on top of your solution on the third dip. I personally am not a fan of the triple dip.
And unless you have a bowl that somehow lets you dip from beneath, it doesn't really work because, gravity, that usually makes it fall. So until that technology has been invented, it's a layer of saliva over your dip.
Now we've been talking about the triple dip as though we assume you're as learned as we are about it. What are some solutions that you could attempt to triple dip in?
Well, as you're saying, it's a big deal what dip it is. Let's say it's like salsa.
There you
go. The spiciness, if it's mild, no. It's not okay. That's too much saliva. But if you get into the spicy, you're crying and sweating saliva.
Maybe a little saliva is a good thing at that point.
Yeah. It cools it down a little. The spice usually kills bacteria. It's like hotness. Once it's above a certain temperature, the spiciness.
Now I have something that I like to do that you guys might not know about me. I like to gargle mouthwash. Just like, not to clean my mouth, but just because it's like, it gets me that feeling that I really need at some point in my day. Do you think at triple dipping from my mouthwash, how would that affect the quality of my mouthwash?
Well, it depends on how many people use your mouthwash. Like, if I were to borrow your mouthwash, that'd be kind of nasty. I don't think I'm going to.
What about kind of like if there was like a pyramid scheme, each person like borrows mouthwash to 2 people, like they lend it to 2 people, and then like, so it kind of compounds is that an issue?
Yeah, I think once The mouthwash has gone past one person. It's too much already. Keep your mouthwash to yourself, people.
On that note, I have to go get rid of my mouthwash, so thank you guys all for watching.
Well, while Michael's gone, I'm going to stay here and smile. See you later.